Shopify's Geolocation app is going to be removed and sunset and uninstalled from all stores that have it installed on December 1st, 2024 at the end of this year. This is a really key update, fellow Shopify entrepreneurs. Welcome to the video and welcome to the channel. Every month on this channel, I do a month in review going over Shopify's change log for the month where all Shopify entrepreneurs can just come together and learn and grow from each other's experiences, understand the changes coming to the platform that we run our entire businesses on so that we can continue to learn, continue to optimize and improve our businesses and maintain our competitive advantage. Sometimes these updates are more important than others. And in my last video, we see a major update, what I call a key update, and that is that the Geolocation app is being sunset at the end of this year. This is a very popular app. I did an entire video on just how to use the Geolocation app correctly. You can watch that video here, but keep in mind that it is being sunset at the end of this year. Even if you have it on your store, it will be uninstalled moving forward. Why is this happening? If it's so popular and so needed for so many different, why is it being removed? We can see the reasons here. Shopify's Geolocation app looks like this. It's a free app found on the App Store, made and developed by Shopify, and it is to help you sell in different markets. It can take the information about the currency, about the shipping options, and the markets and countries you sell to, and create this pop-up for your store that looks like this, in the form of this, and in the form of this. When a customer first lands on your store, you'll see a pop-up like this that isn't for user experience or really built into the store whatsoever. This is confirming the markets, the country, the language, and the currency that the customer is using. They can continue with the recommendation that is based on their IP address. They can change the shipping country, or they can click the X in the corner, which will not ask the customer for the same confirmation for the next 14 days. That's essentially how the app works, and it works with any theme, and it helps you sell in multiple countries, and it looks like this. And it looks like this. This is the old Shopify admin that used to be blue, now it's black, and it looks like this, and it looks like this, and it looks like this. So if this app is so heavily relied on for customers to sell in different countries and different markets, why is this changing? Shopify is an ever-evolving platform and things always change. One thing that is always top of mind, it seems like, is how to sell in different markets, in different currencies, as that gets very complicated. There are three main changes here that are happening and why the Shopify Geolocation app is getting sunset as the features are no longer needed. It says, Shopify's platform has recently made advancements that have reduced the need for Geolocation's app's consent-based localization feature for shops that use dedicated domains/shared domains. These advancements include the following 3 points. The first point here says expansion of the automatic redirection feature. This talks about how if you use your markets and your domain settings and you enable the automatic redirection feature, this will automatically redirect and automatically localize customers visiting your store with your domain strategy when your domain strategy is set to primary domain only. Additionally, it mentions that there's an automatic browser language redirection feature. This was covered recently in one of my updates and it was featured on the Shopify changelog not too long ago, January 14, 2024, where this says that the merchants can now automatically redirect visitors to translated storefronts with the language redirection setting within markets. This means that language redirection will now detect a visitor's browser language and automatically switch the storefront to match when the language is available in your market setting. Thirdly, last year, there's a feature called GeoIP, and this was a GeoIP as a functionality for Plus merchants only, but essentially is another way of automatic redirection based on customers' preferences. The main idea here is that the Geolocation app was heavily based on the customer's input. When these pop-ups popped up, we would need the customer to confirm if this is correct by clicking Shop Now, change if it's not correct by clicking Change Shipping Country here, or even click the X in the corner. And by clicking the X in the corner, this gave the system additional information and not to ask this question for another 14 days if it's from the same IP address, the same browser, and this sort of thing. The main word here is consent-based localization feature for shops that use dedicated domain shares and these sort of things. Geolocation app was heavily reliant on the customer to confirm the choices that it was presented from the detection of the customer's IP address and from the market settings that the Shopify store had enabled to confirm the currency that is best used for them, to confirm the shipping options in the country we are detecting you from, and to confirm these choices that are best for them. Now, with these changes of automatic redirection features from the domain and the markets, the language redirection from the browsers, and the GeoIP feature, the Shopify Geolocation app is being sunset at the end of the year, and it will be uninstalled from platforms that are already using it. To continue, it says, for those who currently have the Geolocation app installed and don't have the EU top-level domain, we're recommending enabling the above features in settings, markets, preferences. This will effectively bypass the geolocation functionality on your storefront for now, and then you can safely remove the geolocation app to your store. So it's giving you a little bit of a workaround. Instead of waiting for to be installed, if you want your settings to work essentially the same way, you can follow this guide here. It also says, note, if you sell to customers in the European Union via an EU top-level domain, for example, examplestore.fr, for example, the examplestore.de, these are European level domains, you will still require a consent-based strategy to redirect buyers. And we encourage you to explore third-party options because in the EU, there's a law, it's talking about customer privacy, customer cookies, and how the laws are based in the EU to inform customers of this data collection. And so depending on your location, especially if you're in the EU using an EU level domain, you may have to consider some third-party options here. So this is a big update that affects a lot of different merchants, all sorts of plans, and all sorts of businesses that are selling to different countries and markets. And I wanted to make a dedicated video to this because I know how important this app is to a lot of people. I made a video about the geolocation app and how to use it correctly because it is a little bit of a complex setup. But now with it being removed, this is a key update that I think a lot of Shopify merchants will need to know. So don't get caught off guard. Understand the relevant changes coming to the platform, understand the relevant settings that may or may not need to be enabled to sell to different markets and to adjust from using the geolocation app's banner to some of the automatic functions that are being added to the admin that rely less on the consent-based localization feature for the shops that once was the geolocation app. I hope this helps everyone. If this video has helped you, give me a like so I know that it has helped you. And if you wanted to join a community of fellow Shopify entrepreneurs so we can all just come together, talk about Shopify and learn and grow our businesses together, consider subscribing for more updates like this. And if you do, I will see you in the next video.